You're watching The 7 from WATE 6 on your side.
Good evening, I'm Bo Williams, and welcome to The 7. At the top of our Big 7 story list for you tonight, an endangered child alert. Let's get you up to date. The Knox County Sheriff's Office and TBI sending it out today of Camilla Burnside. She was last seen here in Knoxville sometime Sunday. Now, she's believed to be with her mom, Crystal Kowalski, who does not have custody. Deputies think they are traveling in a white Toyota Camry. It's a 2016 model with Indiana license plates. If you see Camilla, Crystal, or know where they are, maybe you've seen the car, call 865-215-2243. Also, a late addition to our Big 7 at 7 list for you tonight. TBI has now put a man on its most wanted list over the deaths of 2 women here in Knoxville. You know, we've been telling you about J.R. Martin all week, wanted on 2 counts of first-degree murder. Knoxville police say they've been searching and getting tips, but they still don't know where Martin has gone. Victims Heidi and Madison Johnson were found dead Saturday at a home on Woodlawn Pike. A $1,000 reward is now being offered through East Tennessee Valley Crime Stoppers. We're also learning from KPD that J.R. Martin also goes by the name Max. Anyone with information needs to call 865-215-7165 or reach out to East Tennessee Valley Crime Stoppers online. Remember, you can remain anonymous. Well, we're talking about some big plans around Neyland Stadium. That's next on our Big 7 list for you tonight. UT wants to create a place to play near the field as fans gather to watch the Vols on the field. UT Athletics calls this concept the Neyland Entertainment District, showing off this aerial video and rendering of the proposed development along the Tennessee River. It would feature a hotel at the south end of Neyland Stadium, plus a mixed-use space and what the plan describes as a tabletop above the current G10 parking garage area, which would be home to more tailgating space, restaurants, stores, and entertainment. Now, the idea would also see the entertainment district used far beyond game days. UT has brought in a management firm, Brailsford and Dunleavy, to help explore the concept, and we're told the company has helped other campuses, pro teams, cities navigate those big building projects. Now, UT plans to open up a request for information to help them, well, put together a request for proposals for companies wanting to join this effort. UT System President Randy Boyd describes this as a public-private partnership opportunity to create another destination for Knoxville without state funding. Our next big story for you right now, big milestones in a murder case. Guilty on all counts. That's what a Knox County jury decided in the John Bassett murder trial today. And the sentence, life in prison without the chance at parole. John Bassett was arrested 2 years ago in connection with the killing of the woman that he had been in a relationship with, Desheena Kyle. This goes back to June of 2021 when Kyle went missing. Her body was found several months after a raid at Bassett's home and his arrest for violating probation. The jury deliberated for over 3 hours before convicting Bassett on all counts: first-degree murder, abuse of a corpse, and tampering with evidence. The trial then moved straight into the sentencing phase for the murder charge. The jury heard moving family impact statements from Desheena Kyle's mother, grandmother, and sister. They described her as a happy person who had dreams of opening her own business. Kyle's family finally feels like justice has now been served.
When they said guilty on all 3 counts, I felt like a murderer was where he needed to be, on his way to prison for what he did to my daughter. And for people who don't know, Desheena was my only daughter.
Bassett will return to court for sentencing for the abuse of corpse and tampering with evidence charges. Moving down our Big 7 list for you right now, big scrutiny for a local utility district. The state investigation now leading to charges against 2 brothers tonight. The comptroller's office finding a list of problems with how the WATE utility district was being run. That district, by the way, serves customers in Hamblin and Jefferson counties. Brothers Benjamin and Joseph Harris serve as the district's manager and water treatment operator. Investigators claim Benjamin used $12,000 in district money to install a new roof and gutters on his own house. And they're accusing him of taking more than $67,000 in questionable overtime payments. Other findings, thousands of dollars spent on food, fuel, and supplies without receipts. Benjamin Harris has been indicted on charges of theft and official misconduct. Joseph Harris is also facing 1 count of official misconduct. Our next Big 7, a restaurant preparing to defend itself. Owners of the Tequila Bar and Grill have now obtained a lawyer to represent them after several indictments, or incidents rather, inside and outside the business caused some concern for city officials. This comes after a recent incident in which one person was arrested after a shooting in the parking lot earlier this month. Knox County Commissioner Larson J. confirms the County Commission voted during their work session to try and get representatives from El Tequila Bar and Grill to attend the beer board meeting to discuss those concerns. Today, Attorney T. Scott Jones gave us his statement on taking on this case.
What I think everybody needs to understand is El Tequila has not been charged with anything, nor have they received what you would normally consider to be a citation or a violation of the law in any shape, manner, or form. So we can certainly understand and empathize with the concerns of the beer board and particularly county commission relative to the matter. But as El Tequila stands here, we're merely appearing as a courtesy to the beer board. We've not been, quote unquote, summoned to respond to any actual particular allegations.
Again, the next beer board meeting is set for June 20th at 4 o'clock. We're wrapping up our Big 7 at 7 list with a graduation season celebration. Ami Senko is now graduating UT with her Ph.D. That's accomplishment enough, but the challenges she has overcome are absolutely incredible. Growing up in West Africa, she lost her hearing at just 3 years of age due to a high fever from malaria. Senko then moved to the U.S. at the age of 12. She didn't learn American Sign Language until she was in her early teens. With the help of her interpreter, Christy Pearson, Ami shares how she got to where she is today.
Oh, it was very difficult, yes, because I hadn't learned English yet at that point. I was deaf, I hadn't learned English, I had to learn American Sign Language and English and everything. And learning English was very hard for me. I was motivated, and once I had ASL, it opened up so many doors that I was able to take English classes. I was able to really fight to catch up to my hearing peers. Start doing what's necessary, then do what's possible, and then you'll find yourself doing the impossible. And that's what happened with me.
Ami will be the featured speaker at her Ph.D. graduate hooding ceremony. Her family, by the way, still lives in West Africa. They will be making their way to East Tennessee to watch her walk across the stage on Saturday. UT Spring Commencement ceremonies start, by the way, tomorrow, running through Saturday. Thompson Bowling Arena, that'll be the place. Each undergrad ceremony is around 2.5 hours, broken up by college. And then the graduate hooding ceremony will begin at 7 o'clock Saturday night. You do not need a ticket to attend, but you may want to check out commencement.utk.edu to learn more about the university's clear bag policy before you head to Thompson Bowling.